Hey everyone, happy Wednesday! Thanks for joining me for a craft night with friends. My name is Alyssa from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every evening at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's a time that we can relax and craft together. All right, today we're working on our X-ray fish still, and I think we'll finish the fish pretty easily tonight, and I'd like to get started on the letters as well. So thanks again for joining everyone. Let's get going today. Okay, let's scooch these guys over. Okay, so where we left off, well, I think we got pretty far here. We got all the way around. Just about. We got just this little bit to do yet, but we worked on the outline. And we also put this little heart in there since he is a see-through see-through X-ray fish for the letter X. The heart was a little added extra that we did yesterday. So I need to find, I ran out of these colors in the 3 that I had picked, so I'm going to have to find them again in my stash here. I think we had a tiger lily color, that's this. This is just kind of leftover thread from stitching, so it's just all kind of grouped together here. We got that guy. I think we have the right here, the California poppy color. Ooh, that's kind of short, but maybe we can find a little longer piece. Here, what's this? Okay, that's longer. Let's use that piece. And then we need some yellow. Ooh, that's a good long piece. Okay, great. So I think we'll just, I might not need more than one piece here. So I'm gonna pull a strand out of each of these, and then I'll trim them all to the same size. I'll leave them nearby though, in case I do need to use them again. Sammy says, that's so cute. Thanks so much. We are just about done with them. So if you guys are new, we are stitching the entire alphabet in animals. These are patterns that I did about like 10 years ago, and we've never actually stitched them live, the whole group of them. So we've been working on that. We worked on that all year last year, and we're almost done. After this, we got 2 more letters to do. And then we're assembling it all into a quilt. And we're partially done with that because we're doing the quilt as you go process. But we actually have a few that we didn't finish yet. So like the whale and the turtle we don't have done. I'm wondering if there's any other unfinished ones hiding about that I don't remember. I don't know. We'll have to go through them all again real soon here. There, I'm just cutting them all so they're similar lengths. And let's just run it through our Floss Scent red conditioner to help them all stick together and just smell good. All right, thread that needle, and I'm gonna just start where we left off last night, which is right here. All we gotta do is go around this fin and finish right there. So, you know, hopefully we don't need more than this piece of thread, but I think we may. Like, we're going to be cutting it close here. So I'm going to weave in the ends. Oh, yep, Sammy, I'm still live. We're going to be changing our lives a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw that email today. And if you haven't seen me in a while, I just announced on Monday here that I am pregnant with a little girl. I'm halfway through now. We just had a doctor's appointment today. We're at the halfway mark, which is crazy town. We scheduled out the rest of all the appointments, so that felt like not too many days till the real thing. So that was scary. But anyway, so we released a kind of a schedule today of what the next couple months might look like. Oh, thanks, Terry. So it's gonna be. Oh, thanks, Sammy. It's gonna be. Oops. It's gonna be changing a little bit here. I mean, I have been here every evening, Monday through Friday, unless I've been on like traveling or just like the holidays. Pretty consistently for years, like probably almost like approaching a decade, which seems crazy. Can't be that far, but I think it might be. It's getting close. But anyway, since lives were a thing, basically. But we're gonna change it up a little bit, and we're gonna kind of ease out of it a little bit, just because who knows what's gonna happen, right? I don't know what my time's gonna be like with a kid or towards the end of this pregnancy thing, so we're just kind of prepping for that. So I'm hoping you guys bear with me for that. So the next couple months, this month, January, February, and March, we're gonna try and stay pretty consistent, and the new schedule for that is, and we have this written out in the email, and I think we probably have a Facebook post about it and stuff too. But the first full weeks of the month, and I don't know the exact days right now, but the first 3 full weeks, I'll be on Monday through Thursdays now. I'm going to take Fridays off because we got a lot of prep to do. And I'm going to be taking the rest of the month off after those 3 weeks. So basically, we're stitching, and then the project's going to change. So we're basically going to focus on finishing this ABC quilt. And then I'll be doing like pop-up projects, basically finishing projects that we already have, like the Splendid Sampler, working on that stuff a little bit more, maybe doing some other small projects here and there. We won't be doing the week-long live of the embroidery of the months anymore. Oh, thanks so much, you guys. You're sweet. So we won't be stitching those live anymore. However, I am going to be doing some videos kind of talking about the embroidery of the month and showing the stitches used if you need help with the stitches. We'll be doing blog posts about the embroidery of the month. So this, for example, this is January's embroidery of the month. This is the carnation. So we'll be doing like just pre-recorded videos of how to do the stitches and some things about, the drawing of it or the like why we did it the way we did, just some extra little videos, but I won't be stitching them live, just again because I think the schedule is going to get crazy with pregnancy plus baby this year. But we're gonna have good blog posts about it and how-tos still, and I'm definitely if there's any questions about how to do a certain bit of it, you can ask in the Facebook group or email us or whatever, and we'll put together a little video probably. So lots more fun little videos related to the embroidery of the month. But the project that we're really going to be focusing on the next couple months here is the ABC quilt. So this week we're working on the X here. Next week, Monday through Thursday, I want to work on the quilt as you go process again. Maybe work on some of the unfinished letters like the whale and the turtle. So it'll be focused, next week will be focused on the quilt, like the quilt, bigger quilt, maybe some quilting again, or just like working on the embroideries that we don't have done yet. Then next month, the first full week of the month, February, and again, I don't have the dates offhand, but those are going to be, the first week we'll do the Y, which is the yak, and the second week, Monday through Thursday, we will do the Z, our last letter, the little zebra. Ooh, we're totally gonna have enough thread here, yay! And then the third week will be, again, working on finishing up unfinished letters plus quilting and assembly of the quilt. Then March, we're just going to be primarily the first 3 weeks doing quilt assembly and quilting. So lots of machine quilting coming up, and I think we have some hand quilting too. So that'll be kind of fun to work on that. And then I will be kind of popping in for lives here and there, working on some projects, and especially if there's like requests that you guys want to see or whatever, I might pop in and do those. And we're putting together a system to make it easy for you guys to know when we're on and what's happening. So we'll talk about that probably later or early in February. Anywho, so some changes. And then after March, it's only going to be like the pop-up videos. And again, we'll kind of say how that's going to work in a bit. But yeah, we're kind of figuring that out, but we have a good idea of how to do that. So that's the deal. It's going to be a big change. So thanks for bearing with all that. Oh, Amy says, can you say again when the embroidery of the month words in 3 fonts are available and how to get them? Example, January Carnation. Yes, so it's been requested, and I think it's a great idea that, let's just take a look at that for a sec. So here's January's embroidery of the month. So first of all, our embroidery of the months are different this year. They are going to be part of a whole collection. So every month is going to be the month's birth flower, and they're all going to like live together nicely as a collection. So they're all going to have a similar look and feel. So they're each going to have this 4.5-inch square, and then the flowers are going to be kind of in the middle, like kind of popping out of it a little bit and just kind of fun and playful. It's going to be very similar. It'll feel like a whole collection when you're done, I guess is what I'm saying. And the sizes will be the same too, which is nice. So you'll have this 4.5-inch square. So if you cut like a 6-inch or like even a 5.5-inch square, I would say maybe like a 6-inch, you could cut them all to that size and sew them, or just whatever size block you want, but they will end up all being very similar. The little bits that are coming out of the square, those will extend to different lengths, but they should be able to fit nicely. Anywho, so all the birth flowers, and I did not put any, like I didn't write January down here or like carnation, because I wanted to leave it like a little bit more open. Like if you just like carnations, I don't want you to like be forced to have it say January, let's just say. You might just like carnations and want to stitch a carnation. So I didn't put that information on. However, I think it looks so cute if you put like January on here, or if you're more into like gardening and flowers, like put carnation or both. So what we're going to be doing is releasing a PDF that has all the months and all the flowers that we'll be doing. So you're going to get like a preview of what all the flowers are going to be. And each of those are going to be written in 3 different fonts. So you can kind of choose like, you know, a more like sans serif blocky text versus like a pretty cursive text versus like a kind of like a fun, playful text. And I believe those are coming out Monday, Amy. So after this weekend on Monday, I think we'll be releasing that as a PDF, and that'll be available in the shop. It's a bunch of pages long because there's lots of the months, but I think it's going to be really cute. They're different sizes, the 3 fonts, but you can totally shrink or enlarge them to whatever you want. And that's one of the projects that I'd love to do. I'd love to take some of these and we can stitch, you know, January on one and maybe turn it into something. It'd be great as a quilt, like all of them together, but it would be super cute as just like a tote bag or something too. Like I love the idea of just like, you know, maybe just stitching like carnations or you know, or January. You know, if it's one of my birth months, maybe I'll do that one. Like for July, maybe I'll do July. But anyway, and gosh, I'd really love to make this into tote bag now. I think that'd be cute. But anyway, you can make it into whatever you like. But we will have those letters or the texts, the months and the flowers of the months available. I think on Monday is our plan. So yeah, so we'll send an email out of that for sure. Oh cool, it'll be a one-time release. Yes, so it'll be like a whole big nice collection. Oh yeah, and all the letters will be a one-time, not the letters, I keep saying letters because we're doing this. But the words, the months and the flowers will be all one release. So you will get a preview of the next letters. Oh, I almost started stitching with this, but it's only 2. I'm gonna get a different yellow piece. I'm gonna do yellow for these little lines. I think that was kind of cute on the original one. So I think I'm gonna just stick with yellow. But yes, Amy says, excited to see February Violet. Oh, it's your birth month. Oh, fun. So your birthday's coming up. Yes, so we're doing Violet for January. So a few months, actually a lot of the months, if you do some research on birth flowers, a lot of times there's like a couple different flowers. And for the most part, I did the main flower, or what appeared to be the main flower, but sometimes I didn't. So, and it didn't seem very consistent anyway in all my research. Like some people did a certain flower, some did others. So anyway, I'm only doing one flower for each month, and it's the flowers that I chose as the ones from the birth flowers. So it's probably what you're expecting. If you know your birth flower, but it might be the secondary flower. But anyway, all those will be in that PDF. And we can, I'll talk about it then too. I mean, it won't be a secret at that point. Oh, Paula's asking, will I have a PDF with the alphabet for the animal alphabet blocks? Oh, I might be able to do that yet. That would be nice. I could probably, the trick with that is that these are so old at this point that I have to find the files. But I think I can do that. But yeah, it would be kind of fun to do that too. So I'm not saying no to that. I think that would be a good idea. But yeah, so I can probably get that done before this project is done. But yeah, I like that. All right, where did I end up? Close to the edge here. All right, so let's just do, I think, 3 little back stitches for all this. I could do this in one long stitch, but back stitch will hold together better. Oh man, you guys, we got all these new appliances and I haven't even gotten to like really cook anything in them yet. I'm gonna have to do that on Friday. Friday's gonna have to be a cooking day. We've just been gone and sleepy. I think all the flowers are turning out really fun though, for the embroidery of the months. I'm a few months ahead, drawing them, and the trick is I want to have them all drawn and ready to go for you guys before this baby comes. So that's the goal. We'll see how well we do with that. All right, you guys. Since I have a decent sized piece of yellow here, I'm gonna not just weave in my end here. I think I'm gonna just travel along the backs of these stitches and then start these next little bits here. Oh, bet you're having to use the whole shelf in a fridge. We actually have an empty shelf right now. Like that's how much more space this refrigerator has, and we love it. It fits kind of weird yet. There's a little bit of an issue of it fitting in our, like the door doesn't open very well, because it's big. But we actually have extra space in it. I mean, granted, we do have to go grocery shopping, but to have an actual extra space in there is crazy. But yeah, since we've been back, which really only has been Monday, Monday afternoon we drove back. We've just gotten back into things. We haven't gone grocery shopping or anything like that yet. We've just been getting the yummy Mexican food from down the street. And they forgot a part of the order, so John went back to get the rest of the order yesterday, and they just felt super bad, and they gave him another, like, that order over again, plus more chips and stuff. So we've been eating, like, for every meal, like, this Mexican food. So we haven't gone out and got groceries yet, and tomorrow's gonna be a busy day, but by Friday we're gonna need it. I might try and still, like, hard boil some eggs yet tonight. Oh, some of my animal patterns that are really old don't have letters on it. Oh, thanks for considering it. Yeah, so we used to have a few of these. Well, we do have a few of these animals as kits, and those don't have letters on it. And then we also had a few of these patterns, like the paper patterns, at Joann Fabrics for a while. They carried our ABC patterns for a little bit. Not the ABCs, but they chose a few of the animals, and then we did them without the letters. So a few of them, and we still have actually a bunch of those. Oh, we might be putting those in freebies and stuff like that. So we do have some without the letters as well. Not all of them without the letters, but a lot of them. But yeah, we can definitely. That's a good idea. Putting together just a PDF of the letters. That'd be nice. All right. Again, I just traveled a bit here. I think I'll be cutting it kind of close now for this yellow. So maybe I should have woven in the ends and started fresh, but whatever. We're gonna see if I can get it with the amount of floss that I have. Then we're onto the letters here. And I do think I kind of want to do satin stitch because I haven't done, I don't think I've done a satin stitch letter here for a while. So I thought it'd be nice to do that. I thought we could do like different colors and stuff maybe. Not quite sure yet. Maybe we could do like watery colors like blues and stuff. That'd be kind of interesting maybe. Yeah, maybe we do that. That'll be like a nice contrast. I kind of like the idea of either blending the colors like we did here or just stitching up colors until we run out and then, starting another color. We did that for the koala and I think that looked kind of cute. Actually, maybe it was the jellyfish. I can't remember. All right, we totally have enough floss. I have way more than I thought I'd have at this point, so yay. Like a little yellow here. Yeah, so if we did like maybe purples and blues or something, or maybe just the blues, that might be kind of fun for the letters. Last stitch on this color. And we talked about maybe having like a little baby fish in here somewhere. We could maybe still do that. But I think tonight I just want to focus on the letters. I'm thinking we'll have plenty of time tomorrow night to finish the letters and maybe even stitch something else like a little baby fish. So I think I'll let that idea sit till tomorrow. Plenty of thread. Okay. He's looking so cute. Yeah, I like him. He turned out fun. And I love that little heart that we added to it. I think that's super duper cute. All right, what do we got for watery blue thread? So we got this nice blue here. We could do like a combo of that blue and the second, the medium blue. And I still use up scraps here. Come here, guy. There we go. Ooh, that's a nice long piece. Ooh, look at these colors together. I kind of just like these two colors. Like, what if we do two threads of this light blue and one of this dark blue and just stitch the whole thing like that? Ooh, I kind of like that. Let's do that. Let's find an end to this guy. Here we go. And we'll probably use a lot of threads, so I'm just gonna, this is a nice long piece. I'm gonna just cut this blue to that length. And we'll pull out pieces as we need them here. Ugh, let's give them both a nice trim. They're both pretty fuzzy on the top there. There we go. Yep. Right, that's a nice big chunk that we have still for that. Ugh, but look at this, gonna be so pretty together. So, all right, I want two of the lighter color, I think. So I have more of that, and I just think we'll have this light vibe to it then. That's a little curvy. Let's get from this side. All right, so I'm gonna pull two from here. Oh, actually, should we just do 1 and 1? I'm just thinking because for the satin stitch, sometimes we do that split to it. I don't think I'm going to deal with all that. Let's just do three threads. It'll be done a little bit faster. I'm not going to worry about that railroading of it, especially with two colors, because I feel like if I do the railroad technique, that's where I split. I have two threads and I put the needle in between them when I stitch it. And then those threads line up really nice. I just feel like if I'm using two different colors, I'm gonna want those threads to I'm always gonna want the light blue on one side and the dark blue on the other. And I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get too perfection-y, and it won't be fun anymore. So I think let's just avoid that altogether and do my 3 threads and just go, and wherever those threads lie is where they lie. I think that's fine too. Ooh, it's gonna be pretty. All right, and I think I'll start with an away knot. Ooh, it's a big long piece. Let's just tie a knot in this end. Oh yeah, I thought it felt like they weren't quite all equal. Ooh, man, that felt weird. Usually I do a quilter's knot, I think. All right, and then this away knot is just a way that I can reserve a piece of thread to weave in later, weave into the backs of the stitches, but I don't really have any backs of stitches in this area right now, so we're just going to kind of reserve that piece for later. And actually, before we get into this too far, or at all, let's take a look at how we want to do this X. So in this original one here, I did all like horizontal stitches, and it looks like I stopped and started at like the crossover there, which I think actually looks kind of cool. Maybe we do that. So I think what I'm gonna do, got my water soluble marker here. Let's just draw in my guidepost right away. So I'm gonna go like that. So instead of stitching the guideposts, I'll just draw them in. So first of all, we're gonna do these crossovers here, and all my stitches were horizontal to, in the original, horizontal to like, just to these edges here, just generally horizontal. So all I'm gonna do is put in some guide points here, and I'm just eyeballing them. I'm putting them kind of close together just to help me keep my stitches straight. So sometimes I won't do this, and I'll just, or I'll do it with the thread itself. Like I'll stitch a few stitches, and then I'll add the next guidepost. But you know what? That feels like too much for my brain right now. Let's just draw them all in for me. There we go. So those will be just helpful little guides. I don't know. I feel like I need one more there for some reason. Okay. Yeah, great. Now I don't have to like think about keeping things straight because I'll have those guides to help me keep things straight. Okay, so let's just start. I'll put the needle in the front, way over there. And yeah, I think let's just go left to right. Starting at that top. And for satin stitch, I always like going, you know, on the outside of the line, and again, just on the outside of the line, because then my stitches will cover up that line. Whereas when I do like the stitching up here, I'm kind of going right in the center of the line. Satin stitches, I'm kind of going just a hair out. So I am paying attention if I'm stitching straight. Like if one stitch feels like it's a little up this way, then the next stitch I'll try and correct that and come straight again. And that's where these guide lines come in handy. And I already like how this is blending together, these two blues. Now that I think of it, maybe I should have started with these two. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Because this line is supposed to look like it's going over the top of this side of the X. All right, here we're kind of at our first guidepost. I'm just going to go over that. I think I need one more stitch in between, though. But there, that's a good, getting that guide mark in, and then I'll go back and add that stitch to fill that gap. There we go. Looking pretty cute so far. Nice little blend of those two colors going. All right, so now I'm kind of aiming for that next guide mark and just trying to use that as my, am I still horizontal or parallel to that guide, and kind of correcting as I go. I feel like I'm veering. Oh man, you guys, I'm deciding. A project is bubbling up to the top, and I think I might do it. I haven't purchased the stuff for it, and it requires purchasing stuff. It actually doesn't, but like it's so pretty that I want to. Oh, Anne is asking the question right at the right time. Anne just asked, have I started making any baby things? So this is the first kind of baby thing that I've considered making. And of course it's Pearl Soho, who has like the most beautiful images, and I want to buy like everything from them. Like yarn and stuff. So they're doing a knit along of a blanket. And you can make it like a crib blanket size, which is probably what I would do. But then they put all these like beautiful yarn colors together. That's where they make the money. The pattern's free, but then they charge $1 zillion for the yarn. But it's all just beautiful, and you feel fancy using it. This is the same place that I got that sheep pillow. I don't know if you guys remember me knitting that fun little bobble sheep pillow. It was that gray. It was a gray sheep with a black face and black feet. That's from the same store. So they just have beautiful yarn, and it just makes you happy like stitching with it, because it is just so fun, or knitting with it. But this particular pattern of this like crib blanket for this knit along that they're doing is basically the dishcloths that I like making that are so easy and so just like calming to make. So, you know, I make the dishcloths. I think I've made one here before. They're right behind me. Let me grab one. This one's got a hole in, but these are the dishcloths that I was making. So you kind of start at the bottom and you like increase on each side until it gets bigger and bigger, bigger, and then you decrease. So the pattern is basically making half of these and then connecting another. So you knit this way, but like, you know, ultimately it'll be like this. Then you add another color. So you basically have a bunch of half square triangles, but you pick up the stitches. You know, so I'd have one like square here, and then I'd start the next one with different colors. But you're like picking up the stitch from the previous row as you go. And that part I don't really know. Like I'm sure I've done that with knitting before, but that doesn't, you know, I don't do that a lot. So I'd have to look at instructions for how to do that. But the rest of it is just that easy peasy garter stitch where you're just increasing on each side and then decreasing. Actually, I don't even think, yeah, you'd have to decrease at some point, I think, still. But anyway, so just the fact that it's like the dishcloths that I love making because they're just so like non-thinking and easy and comforting, and because that's like, you know, my grandma's pattern that I'm using for those, and so I can think about that and all that. So anyway, I have been very, very tempted to just buy this yarn and do that stitch along with it. But the yarn in particular that I want, oh man, I'm gonna have to get this tonight yet, I think maybe. But they put together like these beautiful color combinations of yarn too, right? One of the color combinations reminds me exactly, I mean, it's not exact, but it reminds me of it. Of the baby blanket that I had when I was little that my grandma crocheted for me. It's like those same colors. It's like the one that she crocheted for me was like a baby blue, a baby pink, and then like a white. But this one is like several types of baby blues with a little gray in it. Then this beautiful like baby pink, and then different like light grays. So it's not quite the same colors, but it has that feel. And I'm like, oh my god, that'd be just like so nice. So I may jump into that project. I haven't quite decided because I don't know when I'm gonna actually do that. But that might be a fun thing. So maybe if I do get that project, I'll have to pop in some evening, like in one of our pop-up shows, and just work on that for a little bit, just to share. But that's I haven't made anything yet as far as baby things, but that one's bubbling to the surface a bit. Oh, Amy says I make my own dishcloths too, but I only use cotton for them. Yeah, so exactly. So the I only use cotton for the dishcloths too, but it would be the same, a very, very similar pattern of this. Oh gosh, this is stained too. But anyway, yeah, so it'd be different yarn. It'd be like that beautiful, I think it's even like, I don't know, like a nice, like a wool or something. So I don't even know if it's baby quilt material, or baby blanket material, but I like it anyway. It can be a floor blankie or something. But yeah, it's very similar in the design, which just, you know, is going to make it more fun and easy for me, and less of a taking on a huge project, because it's a style and stitch that I'm familiar with, and I would just get the fun of knitting again, and knitting with beautiful, beautiful yarn, and it'd be just like a comfort project, because it's that pattern basically that I know front and back already. There would be an extra skill, again, like I said, of like connecting, because you connect as you go, so you like pick up a stitch from the previous thing as you're doing the next. So I haven't really done that much, so that would be the skill I would be learning with it. There's always, with those projects, there's always like a skill I don't know how to do. that's like when we my sweater that we cut open, we did that steeking for last winter. For those, I had to pick up stitches for the cuffs and for the collar. I had to Google how to do that, very much so, but I'm sure it'll be something similar to that, but I'd be just picking up one stitch at a time as I finish like the row, and I'd picking up the next one. Oh, Tracy's asking, how long will you do lives, or does it just depend on how you're feeling? So I put out a schedule, tentative, I guess you could say, because who knows what's going to happen. But I put out a tentative schedule today in my in a newsletter. I'll just go over it again quick here. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but it's gonna change like as of this month. So some things that are gonna change right away is that I'm gonna be taking Fridays off, and I'm only gonna be doing it the first 3 weeks of the month. So in this case, this is week 2. Next week, and I won't do Friday this week. So next week I'll be doing Monday through Thursday, and the project we'll be working on is going to be a continuation of the ABC quilt. So I'm not going to start the embroidery of the month. I won't be doing that live anymore. We'll still be doing other videos for the embroidery of the month. They just won't be live ones. But yeah, so next week we'll be working on the quilting part of this and finishing up other ones that we don't have done yet. And then next month, the first week, we'll be doing the Y, which is the yak. The second week of February, we'll be doing the Z, our last letter, which is the zebra. And again, the third week, we'll be doing assembly stuff, and then the next weeks after that I'll be taking off. So first 3 weeks, no Fridays, and then the last few weeks of the month, I'm gonna take some time because we're like working on the house and just prepping things, and I've just been generally tired too. So just for those things. And then March we'll be doing the same thing. So Monday through Thursdays, the first 3 weeks. And then we'll just primarily be doing the quilting stuff for this assembly and making this quilt. See how far we can get. Hopefully, even close to done. I don't know. We'll see. This is so pretty, this blue, these two blues together. I have a bunch on my needle yet, so I'm just going to kind of crawl up to the center here and then jump up to back to the top here, and we'll just start this next bit. And then after March is kind of when I'm gonna stop. That'll be like my last 2 months of this pregnancy, and whatever comes after. But we are coming up with I'm not gonna stop them altogether, or that's the thought, the theory. I do want to be able to pop in maybe for a couple times a week, maybe once a week. Or whenever, they could be different times and stuff. Just however it's gonna, like, wherever I can kind of get it in. And we're coming up with a way to, like, notify everyone better of, like, when I'll be on, like, oh, I'm gonna be on later today, and this is what we'll be working on. So that sort of thing. So, but yeah, it's definitely gonna change. And maybe it doesn't have to. I don't know, but like I don't know. That's the point. So we're kind of assuming that it will need to change, and we're kind of prepping for that. And hopefully later we can just get back on it again. We'll see. But yeah, so definitely check your guys' emails over the next couple weeks. We'll be talking more about this and more of how that schedule will play out, and definitely take suggestions and stuff too. The big change, besides the fact that all the dates are kind of changing and I won't be on as much anymore, the big change besides that is that I won't be stitching the embroidery of the months live anymore. However, we will be doing shorter videos on like the different stitches used or like anything to think about while you're stitching. And we'll be releasing those throughout the month. And we'll also have a running blog post, kind of how we're doing for the ABCs, where you can see all the ABCs like in order, and then you can click into them and get more info on that particular letter and what we did and all that. It'll be similar to that. We'll have a running post of all the embroidery of the months, like the January through December flowers. We're doing the birth flowers this year for embroidery of the months. And then each of those, there'll be another blog post that digs into specifics for each of those months and any videos we might release during that month. That sort of thing. So we're hoping that it doesn't feel like it all goes away, that it still feels... Oh, I think we froze here a little bit still. Hold on, let me redo. I'm still having problems with my video here. Oh, there. Okay, we got it. It's moving again. There was an update, and I thought that was going to take care of it, but looks like it hasn't quite taken care of it. But looks like we're back now. Hopefully we weren't frozen for too long. Anyway, so that's kind of... We're looking ahead, and we think that might be how this all goes down. So, just preparing for the idea. And obviously, any time I'm on is pending whatever goes on with this pregnancy, etc. So, if I all of a sudden can't be on someday, we'll definitely let you guys know, and then do it when we can. All right, I think I'm gonna have just enough to kind of finish this top area. And we'll get some thread together and do the next area. I don't know if we'll get that much farther tonight. It's already 9:20. We can at least prep the thread. Maybe I'll prep the thread and weave in this end. And then tomorrow we can finish this up and then finish the X. I really do like these colors. This is actually those quilt colors, like not quilt, that knitting project that I was just talking about. The blues in it kind of feel like this, so it's all kind of like different blues, but they have like these colors for the feel, and ugh, it's just so cute. I don't know. Might be buying myself a yarn treat tonight. We'll see. And the thing is, I totally have plenty of yarn that I could make it out of, but like just those colors remind me so much of my baby quilt that my grandma made. Like that's kind of what put me over the edge of this project, is that it's just like so reminiscent of those colors, but like, you know, fresh and modern with really fancy yarn versus just like, you know, soft acrylic yarn, which would be beautiful too. But sometimes it's fun to play with the fancy stuff. All right, wove that end in. It's looking nice and clean on the back yet. All right, and I think I will get my the new pieces like from our stash here put together here tonight yet. That was a nice long piece that we did this with. But I think I'll just like weave in the end, get it prepped and started, but I think we will stop stitching for the night though. Gosh, I might have to cut a whole nother piece of this because we're just gonna have after this, we're just gonna have the one extra piece. Although this went really far, this one piece, because this is a really long scrap. Normally I wouldn't stitch with a piece this long, but getting greedy. Oh yeah, and then we have one of these left and two of the other ones left. That's gonna be perfect. Might as well just stick these together right away. Well, nah, I'll just leave this in the pile. We can deal with that once this runs out. I'll forget that I would have already done it, and then I would do it again anyway. All right. Pretty. I gotta do more with just these two colors together. This is nice. I like it. All right, and I'm just gonna weave in the end and like come up where I'm gonna start. And I think we'll call it there then. I'm gonna just trim this really quick. The other piece is a little shorter than the rest, so. Boop. 2, 3. Okay, and we're gonna come up on these itty bitty satin stitches to start. Right there. Yeah, we'll work our way to the bottom tomorrow, weave in the end, and then we'll do the same spiel here. And hopefully, between this and this, we have enough floss for all that. But yeah, so we should be able to get that done pretty easily tomorrow, I'm thinking. And we might still have time to do like a little baby fish down here or something. I think that'd be kind of cute still. So awesome. Let's then call it for the evening here, you guys. All right, and I'm always worried about these cameras now just not working, but like, there we go. I think that blue was the right color. I think it makes, just because it's a contrasting color to this orange-yellow area, it makes that pop, and it makes them both stand out, I think, really nicely, the colors. Really liking how this guy's turning out. It's just kind of fun. So awesome. Thank you guys again. I will see you then tomorrow. So tomorrow will be our last day for the week. Again, I'm going to be taking Fridays off now. And yeah, then next week we'll start quilting again. So have a lovely evening, everyone. And I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Good night.